So I got this Crosley radio here. It's a radio record player, and I just got it. Somebody gave it, and you'll notice the standby light turns on and off, but that's all it does, nothing else. So we're going to see if we can fix it. So after taking a lot of screws out, I've been able to figure out that this thing just kind of pulls out of the front. And there's a lot of screws, but once you get all the screws out, you can kind of get this loose. And it looks like this is what we'll have to look at and troubleshoot. Figure out where the problem is. It's something in here. Alright. So I'll get this loose and we'll set it up here on a bench. And then we'll go from there. So I've discovered something interesting. When I plug this in, and if I press the power button, the standby light, of course, goes out, which I think means it's trying to turn itself on. The power button is the only thing that's responsive. But what's interesting is this heatsink is normal. This heatsink is normal. This thing is burning up. Even after being on just a very short period of time, I can feel it. It's just very, very hot. You can't put your finger on it and hold your finger on it. So there's something going on here. So I want to check this out. This is a transistor under here. And so I got my meter here. We'll check this out and see what's going on with this. I'm looking for anything that would indicate what's going on, preventing this thing from turning on here. So from here to here, we've got no problem. From here to here, that's shorted. So it looks to me like this transistor is got a short in it. I don't know if it's the transistor or something else on the board, but it's these two pins here are directly shorted. And what's interesting about this is very, very close to this 5-volt feed. As a matter of fact, it's actually connected to this 5-volt feed, which looks to me like that enters into this board on the side, which is labeled CDR, but I'm also guessing this has to do with the logic, because it's got all the inputs have something going in and going out of it, and it's got this ribbon cable up to the front with the LCD screen. So I think this is the brain of the thing, this board here. And so if it's not getting its 5 volts, then that's probably where we're going wrong here. So I'm going to take this chip out of here, this transistor in the middle here that's getting real hot, and we'll see what that is and if that's actually got a short on it. So I'm playing a game of follow the short. I pulled the transistor out, and with it out of the circuit, the short we were seeing is not there. But if I follow the wire over to the logic board with this plugged in, beep, 1 ohm. As soon as I pull the ribbon cable out, there's no more beep. So seems like it's directing me to this LCD board, which is strange, but there could be a dead cap on there. It's this big electrolytic capacitor here. So we can check that out. See if I can get that out of the way. reach this or not. Looks like that's hitting that. Huh. We might have a dead cat right here. I'm gonna have to desolder this guy to see for sure. But if that's all it is, that would be pretty cool. Alright, I've put a new capacitor I tested right here. We're gonna check it out. I didn't see anything else on that board that looked like it was a problem, and so I just kind of went ahead and put the screws in, and we'll see what it does. I got the AC adapter here. It's plugged in, so I'm going to plug it in and we'll see what happens. This is check to see what we get now when we hit the power button. Look at that. Looks a lot more promising. FM. I do CD. It says busy. I haven't seen all this before. So I can press the eject button. Look at that. This is busy. No disc. I press the power button again. It turns off. Alright, we got some reassembly to do, but I think that was it. So I went ahead and put this thing halfway together. I've left it a bit open. I'm not putting all the screws in it yet. I want to do another pass at all the capacitors in the power supply stage. We already had one fail, and luckily it didn't do any other damage, but sometimes when the capacitor is short, I mean, it can blow out Zener diodes or transistors or anything else, so might as well check the rest of them out that all have the same brand. But yeah, it seems to work just fine. There's a little record player there. It's even got 78 speed, if anybody needs that. 33 and 45. But yeah, pretty nice little record player. It's even got a CD recorder function, which is awesome. I'll be playing around with that. But yeah, it's a pretty nice little unit. It'll be fun to play around with. While I'm talking about records, I will zoom in on this. If you have one of these plastic cartridges with, you can see just kind of what it looks like. It looks real cheap. It is. These are very bad on vinyl, so just be careful if you have one of these that looks like this. If it's just, you know, real overall a lot of plastic, there's no metal on it. Probably a good idea not to play anything you care about on this. It can damage vinyl real quick. I don't play any records that I care about without a like a magnetic cartridge and needle. So, but there you have it. It seems like all this needed was a capacitor that was shorted on the back of the LCD panel screen, and we got lucky that that did it. So hopefully this helps somebody else out there that had the similar problem. We'd hit the power button and nothing would happen. And if you had this video help you out, be sure and add a comment. I'd love to hear from you. Happy repairs.